Welcome to a special on Asian Horizons, and our honored guest today is Mr. Kedar Sharma, a veteran filmmaker par excellence, a brilliant gentleman with great integrity, whose dream it always was to become a movie maker. Over now to Chandrasekhar and the veteran filmmaker, producer and director, Mr. Kedar Sharma, and his charming daughter, Prabha Sharma.
Prabha, tell me about some of the top films that your dad has made.
Papa, you'd be better at this. Why don't you tell Chandrasekhar?
Yes, I think the outstanding films I have made is Hamari Yaad Aayegi.
Beautiful.
And for Chandulal Shah, I made a film called Jogan. I think it is one of the most remarkable films that I made. Actually, there was another film which I made long back when I joined Ranjit. It was called Gauri. It is not available nowhere, but that was a great film. And any day, if anybody tells me which is the best film I made so far, it was Gauri.
Not Chitrali.
And then I made Jogan, which is, a story in 2 lines. There was the hero, Mr. Dilip Kumar, Yusuf.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, he was very fond of going to the house of the dancing girls. And one day, his aunt wanted him to go to the village for some property dispute and all that. He had to go there. And when he went there, there was only one temple there. And there was one Jogan there who used to sing bhajans. And he thought he would be entertained by hearing them, those songs, as a mujra. इससे कितनी यादें वाबस्ता है और आज मैं इस टूटे हुए खिलौने को फिर से सलाम करता हूँ क्योंकि जोगन के बहुत से गाने इसी हारमोनियम पे बने थे गुल्लू सी ईरानी इसको बजाया करता था और कभी-कभी मैं खुद भी अच्छा हारमोनियम बजाता हूँ मैं भी बजाया करता था
Yusuf Bhai, you directed him actually.
Yes.
You're one of the few directors, who actually saw Dilip Kumar during his on the threshold of success.
Yes.
What was Yusuf Bhai like when he was young?
Yusuf Bhai was a wonderful person. He's such a wise, intelligent, and remarkable person. You know how I used to direct him? We used to talk all the way. Most of the scenes in that picture were silent. So he says, boss, he always called me boss, even now he calls me. I don't know why. He says, boss, what have I to say? What have I to do in that? So I only told him, I will read a couplet and you will act according to that when the lights are on and the camera is on. So he said, all right. And I remember when he was waiting for Jogan to come, he was forbidden not to enter the temple. And he was written there, and this girl, Tabassum, you might have heard, she was a little girl in that.
Right.
So she just, while going, she had one ek tara, wo ek instrument hota hai,
Single string,
one single string. She just, ting, that sound came. And he says, boss, what will I do now? I said, you will react to the couplet which I am going to recite. And you know the couplet I recited? I said, कि निकले हुए लहज से खड़े हैं बुलाइए लहज इस कबर कि मैं तो कबर से बाहर आके खड़ा हूँ निकले हुए लहज से खड़े हैं बुलाइए साहब कहाँ चले गए हमको पुकार के?
Beautiful. Can you translate that, uncle?
Yes, he said, out of the grave I am standing with my folded hands. Sire, you called me and now you are not saying anything.
Wonderful.
Yeah, that's that. And he did that shot so well that he cried later on for half an hour. I said, why? He said that line touched me.
तेरी दुनिया में दिल लगता नहीं।
बीजगुप्त तुम्हारी आवाज सुनकर जो मैं दौड़ी तो जल्दी में उठते समय मस्तक पे चोट आ गई। यहाँ इधर।
सौंदर्य को साधु की नजर लग गई।
बीजगुप्त, अच्छा हुआ जो जरा सी चोट आई, कहीं जो तकदीर फूट जाती तो।
चित्रलेखा, लो आज दोनों काशी निवासी एक हो गए। देवी, प्राण प्यारी, गुलाब के फूलों ने तुम्हारे होठों से रंगत चुराई है चित्रलेखा। गुलाब के फूलों ने तुम्हारे होठों से रंगत चुराई है।
There were a lot of social themes, of course, some of these. Which was the film that brought you tremendous commercial success in the box office?
If you want to know the truth, none.
Really?
Yes.
Because you were so engrossed in the message.
My films were always considered as intellectual, and I was not given, on box office. The people who make films run very much are the people from the pit. And you have to entertain them. You have to give, for instance, in none of my films, up to this day, there's a rape scene. And don't you think it's remarkable?
Fascinating, fantastic,
up to this day, I made 50 films.
Hats off to you, uncle.
50 films, not a single scene. And why? My father asked my mother, just slap him and tell him what has to be done, because he respects you very much. And my mother only said it. I am a lady, and a Hindu lady in our community knows only two things. Get up in the morning and pray for your life, and in the afternoon feed you with the best meal that we can make. I don't know the third thing. He said, no, you should tell him something. And she says, all right, son, then I take one promise from you. You are joining films. Promise me, you will not make a film which, if you see it in the company of your Prabha or me, on one side your mother, old mother, on one side your young little daughter sitting there, and if she asks you, Papaji, what is rape? Then will you be able to explain to her? I cried, and I promised, and from that day on, none of my film will show such vulgarity or anything, because you can make a film without that.
Fascinating. Uncle, tell me about your meeting with Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru.
Now, this also, it looks like a fairy tale, but it did happen. Once upon a time, I made a film called Suhagrat.
Beautiful film.
Yes. That
I was under the impression that that was a commercially successful film.
Very.
In spite of its not having any of these unwanted scenes.
It was very.
Well, at least it's a good sign. That means it showed that people were receptive to high quality.
And that film actually, the subject was the love between the father and the daughter. The Pesi Patel, who played the father in that picture, was a criminal, a fugitive. He had come from jail. And in his absence, his daughter had grown up and all that. And then it is the love story.
Wonderful.
Between the father and the daughter. I made a very rare experiment in that film of making two tals, two layers, mingle into one without noticing when the other comes. For instance, there's Dadra and Karwa.
Right.
Explain
what's Dadra, uncle.
Dadra is da dinna kit dinna da dinna kit dinna, and this is Dadra.
Right.
Da dinna kit dinna da dinna kit, and Karwa is dadi dinna dadi dinna dadi dinna dadi dinna dadi. So to imagine them, so I sing it for you. You will be surprised to know that this brought me, this song was responsible for introducing me to Mr. Nehru.
Fascinating.
Why? Because there was one line in that. It is not the Karwa or the Dadra. Because first I should say, the song was like this. मेरे दिल की धड़कनों में सखी कौन आसमाया हर शाख झूमने लगे हर फूल मुस्कुराया हर फूल मुस्कुराया हर फूल मुस्कुराया रे हर फूल मुस्कुराया. उसमें एक लाइन थी विच टुक मी टू पंडित जी कि आंखों में आंखें डाल मुझे तूने क्या पिलाया. उसका रीजन ये है कि इन पंडित नेहरू's ओपिनियन देयर वाज वन वेरी ग्रेट पोएट ऑफ दिल्ली मीर. उसका नाम मीर.
ग्रेट पोएट.
तो मीर हैड रिटन ए लाइन कि मीर उन नींदबाज आंखों में सारी मस्ती शराब की है, शराब की सी है. मीर इन दोज इंटॉक्सिकेटेड हाफ ड्रीमी आईज, I mean, dreamy eyes, you see the intoxication of liquor. So Pandit Nehru thought इससे ऊपर कोई नहीं लिख सकता. In this song there was a line कि आंखों में आंखें डाल मुझे तूने क्या पिलाया. आंखों में आंखें डाल मुझे तूने क्या पिलाया कि जिस तारे पे नजर पड़ी वो तारा लड़खड़ाया. Every star I looked, the star became intoxicated.
Beautiful.
And Nehru was so moved.
Beautiful.
By that, and he asked who has written it. They said Kedar Sharma. Who is he? Well,
Uncle, you know what's fascinating? You're a writer, you're a poet, you're a painter.
Yes.
And you're a filmmaker.
Yes.
And among all these functions,
yes.
Which one was your most favorite? And if you were to start all over again in your life, and if you were now 15 years to 20 years old,
yes.
Would you have done anything differently in your life than
No,
what you did?
I would have followed the same thing because these things interest me very much. I am a student, I am still learning, I am telling you.
Fascinating.
Every time I meet somebody, he teaches me something or the other. I have examples to tell you how people have been made an egoistic person like me so humble. Because there have been examples. I give you one example. Now you will see that once upon a time, when Raj Kapoor's Neel Kamal was to be made,
right.
I have told you, the film was to be made by Chandulal Shah. Neel Kamal is later. If you have to make Poor God, then these three will be thrown out. There will be no Raj Kapoor, there will be no Madhubala, I mean Mumtaz, and there will be no Snail Bhatkar. Only you will be there. Or else, I said, or else I should return you the money, the lakh of rupees which you have given, and dissolve the partnership. I do whatever I like. He says, you are very arrogant. I said, yes, I am. I was born that way. You want your money? He says, yes. I said, when? He says, tomorrow. I said, no. Give me 2 days, day after tomorrow. I can't arrange it one day. You will be surprised to know. Whatever gold my wife had, she just offered it to me. And in those days, gold was very cheap, 25 rupees a tola.
Uncle, tell me about what kind of advice would you give youngsters today who want to go into this industry? They're all, see, there is a fascination about the film industry.
I would just tell them one thing, be honest to the cause and be involved. And so my advice is that if you are involved and sincere to your work, you achieve the goal. And the finest example at this moment is my son sitting in opposite me. It is all due to your achievement, involvement, nothing more.
We are so honored, you know,
No,
even,
it's a fact.
By your statement.
I'm saying the same thing. It's a fact.
Uncle, you know what's wonderful is that, you know, is the fact that you've come 14,000 miles away to another part of the world.
Yeah.
And here, all of us as a team, in some way, are trying to maintain a bit of our heritage and culture, at the same time be good Canadians. You know, we're trying to do that as well,
Bridging
the gap between the two cultures.
Yes.
And
but there's nothing wrong to take good from from any society, from any culture, from anything. It is good. I'm so proud of you that I was just imagining that am I seeing a dream or is it a reality? And I find it's a reality. I pinched myself. And it's a very noble work. Don't take it in coins and things like that. Whatever you are leaving behind, we, all of us, we come and go. ये चमन यूं ही रहेगा और हजारों जानवर अपनी अपनी बोलियां सब बोल के उड़ जाएंगे. This nature's garden will remain as it is. Many birds will come, twitter their own songs, sing their own praises, say whatever they like, and will be no more. And so this is what you are doing. You are doing something tremendous. You are a yogi, in my opinion.
Oh my God.
Yes. And I'm feeling, because I'm a human being, I told you, every time I read and see Padma's achievements, I cry every time. And my son many a time says, isn't she great? And we remember yesterday, even he was, you kids were so small when you came to Bombay. And you also know it, you must have heard it from your father. He had a very, very great regard for me and loved me.
My father adored you. Yeah.
Adored
very
me.
high respect.
Yes,
Yeah.
very high respect.
Obviously, by now you know that Mr. Kedar Sharma knew both Chandrasekhar and his sister, Dr. Padma Subramaniam, since they were children. Chandrasekhar's father, the late director K. Subramaniam, was a lawyer who became a filmmaker. He was a pioneer, the first man in southern India to make a motion picture with sound. Dr. K. Subramaniam was a great admirer of Mr. Kedar Sharma's outstanding contribution to the Indian film industry.
Uncle, it's an honor for us to have you in the studio. Thank you so much for visiting us. And may God bless you, and we'd like to see you back here very, very soon.
Yes, sometime.
And the world is now becoming small, Uncle, with digital compression technology, fiber optics, satellite communications. I think television is a field that is going to be complementing the film industry in many ways.
Yes.
So we would look forward to working closely with you for years to come with your blessings.
Thank you so much.
Uncle, thank you again. And thank you so much for coming. Thank you. Thanks.